Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we are playing ERLC. Good game, lovely game actually. I really like it, but today we are actually in a private server. This is called LARP Community, a professional custom spring. This is the owner right here. Huge shout out to him. Guys, seriously, check the server out. It's a really good server. Well, at least I really enjoy it. And so most people will be like, oh, this is obviously a paid promotion. No, it isn't. I've not been paid. The server owner probably won't even ever find out about this video. But my point is, guys, seriously, check this video. Check the server out. I'll run through everything. And you guys can really see what it's like. So this isn't really a server review video. This is more of a guide on how you should behave for any server's staff. So I am an admin on this server, and so first of all, when you load up a game, always, obviously, this isn't a must, but sometimes you might want to check to see how many people are online. Currently I'm the only one online, and granted this isn't a very popular server, but you know, it's a good server, I like it. So, first of all, you always want to join the staff team. Never stay on civilian, because if you're warning someone, you need to cuff them most of the time. In my experience, I've been administrating on this server for a couple of days, but overall I've been modding and administrating for a good year or so now. So I really do know my way around this. Well, at least I know my way around it more than people starting off. So I'm making this video for people starting off so that they can learn what I've learned and so that they can avoid the same mistakes I did. And I will not be mentioning any names in this video, okay? No names will be mentioned in this video because, yeah, it's just disclaimer. No specific names will be mentioned in this video, or at least no specific usernames will be mentioned other than maybe the server owner. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The server owner. That's the only one who is going to, whose name I might check out the staff list. I don't know, but I can promise you guys, I will not be giving the usernames out of people who have wronged me, I guess you could say. But you know, this is kind of my journey along the path of being a staff member on a lot of different servers, my experiences and what you can do to avoid these same mistakes, troubles, or just these types of server owners. Alright, so to start off with, I'm going to run through what you want to do once you log on, then I'll get into detail around everything else. You always want to go onto so in ERLC, you've got sheriff and police. Most of the time, sheriff is the staff, but on this server, it actually changed, I think, yesterday, and it's now the staff. It's now police that's the staff. Yes, there is police department on here, but there aren't actually many liveries. I'll show you the only car that I've found that has a livery on it, and I'll just run through. So you got, as staff, you always, so at least on this server, you're always supposed to be active staff. Obviously, I've tried this, but you know, one day I might go up to the server owner and say, hey, I was wondering if maybe I could, you know, take a bit of a break and just, you know, watch, and just, you know, role play as usual. Or I haven't asked that specifically because I haven't been on the job long. Also, something that you never want to do, so something that you should do, is always address the server owner formally for the first couple of weeks. Maybe if you stretch it out for the first maybe for the first 4 or 5 days that you play with them. Not the first 4 or 5 days you're star, the first 4 or 5 days you play with them. It's not really, I've never had any problems with that. but I get a feeling that people will. So I come on here, put on the staff uniform. Guys, by the way, this is all of the uniforms on here. There is a lot. God, it pains me to think of how long it took the server owner for that. Did I not even... Are you kidding me? Didn't even click where. Okay, that is really silly. But yeah, guys, this is the staff uniform, and so you don't always have to carry a gun with you when you're staff. I personally do, though, just because sometimes there'll be people who are just gunning everyone down, no matter whether they're wearing a staff uniform or not. A lot of the time, these people end up getting kicked. Whether that's because someone caught the username, or whether there is a lot of different circumstances in which people will get kicked or banned. I'll run through a few of them, and I'll also run through my personal cases of owner abuse that I've experienced. Really annoyed me. One of them. The other one kind of made sense, but it wasn't even my fault. So this is the livery. Obviously, you will have to click on customize everything. But quick tip, guys, if you have the customization pack, use it. Put lights everywhere, because then when people are running away from you, or when people are when you're trying to pull someone over, they instantly know, okay, I'm screwed, so I'm just gonna pull over, because they know there's so many lights on there. It almost like sends a clear message. But while we're just driving around, I'll show you one of the best patrol routes to take. Sorry, that was my dog there. She's always scratching herself. It's bad for her, though. Guys, don't scratch yourself. It's a bad idea. Believe me, I think once I had a really bad rash on my neck because I was scratching so much. Yeah, not a good idea. It might not have been because I was... My point, I'm getting off topic. But yeah, also, guys, sometimes you might want to put on your cruise lights on this specific server. Wait, hold up. I'm actually really confused here. If I go on to the... Did I not put on a side runner? Okay. I forgot to put on a side runner. That's fine, though. I don't really need it. I've got plenty of lights. But, yeah, guys. But so, what you ideally want to do is you want to go around civilian spawn if there's not many people. In other cases, you just want to patrol around the streets. A hotspot are hills around the gun store and areas and the mountain up by the gun store. There are so many RDMs there. For those who don't know, an RDM is a random deathmatch. They're so annoying to deal with, because chances are it's someone with an automatic gun just running around and killing everyone in sight. It bugs me. And those are the people who I was talking about. They often get kicked, because at some point someone will catch their username. Most of the time it's actually a bystander, not an actual staff member, because the staff members sometimes don't catch it. Also, guys, I've made a massive mistake here. Not sure if you can see, I forgot my taser, but that is fine because there's not many people online as of right now. But yeah, guys, never forget your taser, because in the circumstances where it is those guys where they're just running around gunning everyone down, believe me, tasers are useful. Now, very often, guys, just a quick tip for any role players in general who play on private servers. Always, I'm sure you already know this, but if there is someone very clearly breaking a server rule, whether you know the server rules or not, if it looks like they are breaking a rule, such as running around spraying everyone, most of the time that is breaking a rule. Most of the time that is breaking a rule. And sadly, oh god, guys, never drive through Chinatown with Okay, guys, never ever drive through Chinatown with your headphones on. The music is so loud. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna sit down. As you guys saw me though, so another spot that I like to sit in is just. You never saw that. Yeah, you never saw that. You never saw any of this horrible driving. A good spot to sit at, for me at least, a spot that I enjoy sitting at, because it's obvious that you are there, but it's not so obvious that, you know, people aren't specifically not going to break rules. Plus, it's in the middle of the highway. People always... This is a good spot for officers to sit as well, but obviously, if there's already a staff car there, the chances are... So, something that always happens to a lot of people is staff cars will be sat there and they won't be doing anything, and most people just think it's a staff member who's gone AFK. 9 times out of 10 they haven't gone AFK, and they are actually just sitting there watching, because it is always best, because people just, once you've been there for a while, people just assume, okay, obviously they're not obviously they're not playing right now, so we can just break the rules as we please. But yeah, a lot of the time though, contact staff if you see a rule being broken. I got a bit off track about what I was talking. Role players, please always notify staff. Most of the time it's on the side of their vehicles. You can either do !help or !mod. Both of those send a message. It appears here, and all it does is it basically says to us, when we click on it, it lets us know that there is someone there, that there is someone. It lets us know we can click on it and we can teleport to them. But now on to my experience with owner abuse. I've had 2 experiences. One was I think it was the first server I ever became staff on. This is the one where it wasn't, no, sorry. This one was very irritating because it was a plain display of owner abuse. And it was a case where basically I just got on hired, was driving around, and then I get a mod call. I go to it and I see some guy running around with an AK spraying everyone, RDMer. This is where the owner abuse comes in. So I try to teleport them to me, it doesn't work. I try to teleport them to me, it doesn't work. I try to teleport them to me, it doesn't work. And for those of you who don't know, owners cannot be teleported by mods, as far as I know. So I think earlier it was either that or they were using a hack client or something like. Point is, I couldn't teleport them to me. So in the end, I teleport to them, which you can do. And funny story, I'm told that person is the owner, and that I just messed up, and I did indeed. I got unmodded and banned at the same time. And that ban has never been lifted. I haven't even tried because I know that it's not been lifted. But by the way, the owner was running around breaking their own rules. We went over the rules in training. They were breaking their own rules, and they did not even care about it. Very, 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 very annoying. Anyways, without further ado, I would like to talk about something. Guys, the second case of owner abuse really, really ticked me off. It was bad. It wasn't even my fault. Granted, I broke a staff rule, but I wasn't even told the rules. So here's what happened. I had been hiring a bunch of staff because at one point I had 6 people all at once call for a mod. And so I just thought to myself, okay, there is no way I'm running this show on my own. So I hire a couple of moderators. I give them the standard test, the exact same one I was given, exact same questions. And the owner was never on, by the way, like maybe once every couple of weeks they were on. I did not like that owner anyways, but at the time I was fine with it. I didn't really mind because I always assumed that they were off doing important owner stuff. As a server owner myself, I can promise you guys, the owners are almost never off doing important ownery stuff. They are almost always out there just messing around and whatnot, and yeah. But honestly, I'm guilty of that too. I'm never on my private server. But that's because I have spent upwards of, I think, once I spent almost 2 hours on there just alone. It was sad. It's actually really sad. Yeah, I spent 2 hours alone. 2 hours. But yeah, But the owner was never on, and I was hiring a bunch of people, never ran into any problems, because a lot of the time there was 6 people at once calling. In fact, I think the record once even broke, I think 7 or 8. Horrible times. But and so I log on, and I log on, and it gets crowded again. So I hire another staff member because none of the others were online. Obviously, this all happened in about 2 or 3 days. So I was just thinking, okay, normally they take 2 or 3 day breaks on them because it's just kind of standard procedure at this point. When they do a shift, they take a long break. By the way, guys, this was back in I think this happened summer of 2021 or 2022. Happened a long time ago. There was just some rubbishness there was it was a busy day. I think we totaled 5 calls overall, which is a lot of calls, in case you didn't know. It's a lot of calls. But so what I ended up doing, so I had the staff member hired, and we were just, we got it to calm down, and I thought, so this person had done really well. They'd done absolutely amazing, and granted, the way I was testing them was a bit unorthodox, but can you blame me? I barely had any time to give them a full test. So what I was doing is I was testing them on the go. Like, I would basically say, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch you fill out a mod call, see how you do. They filled out a bunch of mod calls, did amazing, and so I thought, okay, they've very clearly passed. They've probably done this before. So, you know what? I'll keep them as staff. Now, I was the co-owner at this point, by the way. So I assumed that I was allowed to hire things. According to the owner, that was a big fat no. What happened was I spoke to the owner, and they got really mad. So they join, and they see someone else in a staff uniform with me, and they ask, have you hired this person? And then I say yes. They go ballistic. They are explaining to me a bunch of stuff about blah, 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 staff rules. And then I say what should have been the best one-liner in history. You never told me about the staff rules. And they just... they are modded the other person and unadminned me and banned me. I'm not sure what happened to the other person. I think they just got a kick, but I was lifetime banned from that thing. And yeah, in all honesty though, I put my heart and soul into that server. I was on every day at a pretty consistent time for about 2 months. from that time, I had gone from an admin to a head admin to a co-owner, which, in case you don't know, on quite a few servers, that's quite a feat. Guys, just in case you didn't know, me checking the people's list every now and again, that's just me checking to see if anyone's joined. It's really lonely, actually. But yeah, so I've had I was actually really quite broken up about it, because I put so much effort into that server. I loved that server, and I got banned for something that I wasn't even told about. Like, can you blame me, really? But, as said, I will not be mentioning any names. No names shall be stated. Not a single name will be stated in this. Not a single name. And I've stuck to that. I'm not mentioning a single name other than the owner of this server. Because I'm getting that publicity, in all honesty. And by the way, guys, massive thank you to the owner of this server for, almost pulling me out of the dirt. Because, before this, even still a good couple of months later, as you can see, it's, the 8th, this happened, I want to say, so 3 days, so, what, the 5th, so about 7 months ago on the 5th, so on the 5th of March, about 7 months ago, yeah, it was pretty hard for me, in all honesty. I was. But, this owner, he was the first one to actually hire me, because I don't have Discord. He was the first one to hire me. Absolutely amazing guy. Massive shout out to him. Guys, go follow him. And if you wanna, you could, follow me. Link is in my bio or whatever it is. There is a link. Go check it out. Go follow me, please go follow me. I need followers. Please go follow me. Anyways, guys, that concludes my bad owner stories. And now on to the next story. This was a so this is just time killers when it's you and a couple of other staff members, because when there's no one else on other than staff, there's no one to, there's no one that you can do your job with, so it gets annoying. So yes, you can do role plays, but those don't fill the void as much as this activity does. If you are ever bored, what you need to do is you need to find yourself the freshest staff member, and all of senior staff members. You guys need to team up on them and just shoot them to pieces and just overall have a really fun time. I absolutely love just messing around with guns in this game. It's so funny. There is some amazing glitches with this game that just make it 10 times more funny to play. And so, yeah, guys, seriously though, check this server out. Once again, it is called LARP Community Professional Custom Spring. That's a long name. The access is listed Owner is Rylan loves foe. I think that's a love message of sorts. Yeah, amazing server. I cannot stress this enough. This is one of the best servers ever. What's this do? Oh no, that's just like to show that you're reading the info. And we still haven't gotten an animation update.